go from, a girl on her paddleboard going out and spending time in the ocean, and then, filming when she'd find a little bit of trash. Sorry, I'm a little emotional. To then her going out on her paddleboard with a bucket and watching it grow into this is pretty amazing. Sorry. So it's been a pleasure to be a part of her journey. Killer Dana's, she's included us from day one, and we appreciate that. Irvine Subaru has been great to her. They've given her a eco-friendly car to drive to support her program. So, we want to acknowledge Irvine Subaru.
Yay!
So everybody's probably thinking, okay, why is there a stop sign up here? So from an early age, I was conscious of several things, and littering was one of them. And in 1977, 7th grade, Dana Point was split. So we had a bus stop up in Upper Dana Point that shipped us to Laguna Niguel Junior High. Lower Dana Point was split with Marco and San Clemente. So Dana Point was separated junior high schools. Well, at our bus stop, we used to pencil fight. I don't know how many people remember pencil fighting, but everybody would take the broken pencils, throw them in a planter next to our bus stop. And after a few days, I was like, that's not really cool. So I started breaking the pencils and putting them in the stop sign at our bus stop. That was 1977. And then years later, I went by and I couldn't believe it. The stop sign was still there with broken pencils in it. Then 10 years later, 20 years later. So for 46 years, this stop sign was at our bus stop in Dana Point, La Cresta and Copper Lantern. And the city found out about it, and they did a little story. And so then they gifted me the stop sign in appreciation. So even at a young age, the point is that we can make a difference. All of our coastal cities have big canyons. Where do they lead to? The ocean, right? So the beach cleanups at the ocean are so critical, but I'm also an advocate that it starts inland. It starts in our cities, our parks. How many times have we walked by a can and we kick the can, or we walk by trash and we think, God, that's horrible. If we just took a moment, and Dana Point, Laguna Niguel, San Juan, all these cities are really good at having trash cans available at the parks and everywhere. And I can tell you from experience, there's a sense of pride like you had down here of, even when you're walking, picking up one item. Instead of walking by and go, that's horrible. Walk by, take a second, pick it up, carry it to the next trash can. And that will make a big difference, and it will stop everything from coming inland to getting to here. And I think that's a very important aspect of her whole program, is it can start with one piece of trash away from the ocean. And it will help all the millions of pounds that get into the ocean. So I'm not gonna get real technical on you, but when it gets to the ocean, we've all seen pictures of marine life tangled in nets or sick. And so stopping it from getting to the ocean, and helping the marine life, whether it's entanglement or ingestion, it has a big impact on our marine life. Microplastics are now being found in fish and even in sea salt. So it breaks down to, for us, unmeasurable that we would never see or think about, but it is starting to infuse itself into every aspect of ocean and marine life. It hurts the ecosystem. It can cover reefs and hurt reefs, which is a problem globally. And again, this seafood safety, getting into the fish that we're eating, it all adds up. And all these efforts that everybody is doing is making a great impact, I think, in that. And I think that the world is becoming more conscious of, protecting our oceans and being conscious of trash. Reef-safe sunscreens are very important and getting more and more important as our reefs are shrinking. You can Google that and see the effect on a lot of the reefs, and they're coming up with different ways to try and help the reefs grow and putting in artificial reefs that then they can attach themselves to. So all of this, it adds up so much that I don't think that people realize it gets down to microorganisms. So Am I talking a little fast?
No.
Okay.
Doing great.
Okay, I'm nervous. So, you know, there's a lot of good brands now, whether it's clothing or bracelets, that are recycled material. And a lot of people don't really think that's a big deal, but it really is. If you look at brands, whether it's clothing or bracelets, jewelry, our shop bags are multi-time recycled. I think if everybody could be just a little bit more conscious of purchasing those items, that again is going to have an effect that will help this whole situation just get better and better, and help people be more conscious. And I think getting other people conscious is a big part of it. Being an ambassador for the issues that we're facing is critical, in talking about it. So I know when I drove in today from Golden Lantern, and I saw all the people, I don't know why I'm emotional. Seeing all the people along the bluff, from Golden Lantern all the way down to the beach, it was amazing to see. So thank you everybody for coming today. I appreciate so much Vicki and her commitment to this. I know the city of Dana Point appreciates her, from the city manager to the mayor to the council, harbor partners. Everybody really, really appreciates what she is doing and the support that everybody is giving her. So, are there any questions? Yes.
So when you're on the beach, do you recommend any, is there a type of sunscreen that?
Yes, so there's several brands that are really good. There's Vertra, which a lot of the guys in the fishing industry like to use. There's Vertra, Raw Elements, Good Life, and Basque. Those are the top 4 reef safe suntan lotions, sunscreens, and they have them on sprays and lotions. Those are 4 great brands. So it's Vertra, Raw Elements, Good Life, GUD, and Basque.
And then didn't Kelly Slater, how's his?
Raw Elements.
Raw Elements,
Yep.
okay. Oh,
Yep.
Cool.
Which is available at Killer Dana.
Yeah. Awesome. And then what about the clothing brands that you said are more recycled?
I made that list yesterday and I forgot it.
Okay.
And I'm brain tired.
Okay.
So I
But
don't
you
want to
have
say it
some.
and then miss the right brands.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Yes.
Is that list published anywhere online, or is it available?
You know what? That's a good question. I'm sure you could Google it, but that's something I'm gonna have
Why
my
don't
wife
you
do.
send it to me and then I can put it on the website?
And we should have that on our website too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
That's it. That was a great question. Anybody else? Yes.
I'm sorry, I came in a little late and I missed the pencil story.
Oh, so in 1977, we used to pencil fight at our bus stop in Dana Point, and I would pick up the broken pencils and put them in the stop sign. And it remained there for 46 years. So I kind of had my own landmark for a long time.
Where are the pencils now?
In the stop sign right here.
Still in there?
It's still full. Yep. So you can come and kind of check it out. A lot of number 2s.
How did they figure out it was, oh, sorry. I don't know if I interrupted someone,
No.
but how did they figure out it was you putting the pencils in there?
I talked to some old friends, some local surfers, Mark Ellis, Dean Ono, we all grew up together, and we kind of got talking about old times, and I mentioned it because I'd gotten my own apartment about 6 years after this on Copper Lantern, and I was walking my dog, and I went, oh, this is old bus stop, and then I went, and I looked, and they were still there. So kind of through friends and, the locals that we grew up with, the word got out. So the cities went and took pictures of it, and they decided to gift it to me. So that it's amazing that it didn't get run over by a car, or they didn't have to move it because of, water and sewer replacement or anything like that. So it was pretty cool. Yes.
I have a question. Are you finding that consumers are more conscious of purchasing earth-friendly products?
Yes. For sure there's been a shift. And I think it's always been a progressively getting better, but it seems like, and I don't know if it's because of COVID, everybody was, so I'll use the word trapped. I don't know if that's the right word, But I think since everybody couldn't go outside and couldn't go to parks and couldn't go to the beaches, I think that's made people more conscious when they are out and about, when they're at the soccer field or the baseball field. I think it's created a better appreciation for our outdoors in general. Yes?
Another beach cleanup scheduled, or when the next one is?
When is your next beach cleanup?
July 6th.
July 6th
Sunday.
is the next beach cleanup.
And that will probably be a dirty one after the 4th of July. So.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. That was the other thing I was conscious of as a young kid, is animals. Yes, that is. Great for pointing that out. Thank you. Everybody's enjoying it. Look at that. Is there any other questions? So I have a question that I'm going to start with the kids. Did you have fun today? Did you feel a little proud that you were picking up some trash? Yeah? Do you like ice cream? Yeah? Okay, well, I have a free ice cream card for all of you up here. So, and if there's any left, they can go to the adults. Thank you so much for your time. And sorry I got a little emotional.
Oh, it's awesome.
I love our city.